viewers, welcome back to our channel and welcome to the video. I am so super excited to be sitting down here and filming again. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. Whew. Okay, I got hella energy. So for today's video, I did want to talk to you guys about how to be as prepared as possible when you will be staying at a hotel for music festivals. There are a lot of camping prep videos out there and not everyone likes to camp. Personally, like me, I'm not a big fan of camping, or sometimes camping is not even an option. I decided to put together a checklist for you guys and some tips that I wanted to share with you if you will be staying at a hotel or an Airbnb for any upcoming or future festivals. So there are a few tips that I do have on here, and I obviously won't be reading the whole list to you guys. I will go ahead and leave a link down below where you can download and print it, and this is a 2-page checklist, so please remember to turn on your print on both sides on your printer, guys, so we don't waste paper and it could just all be together. I have my list here. Sorry, I have looked sideways. So starting off with my first tip, if you will be staying at a hotel or an Airbnb, this is my advice for your transportation. So number one, if there are shuttles available nearby to where you are staying, I highly suggest those shuttles, only if they are official with the company though, because sometimes third-party ones can be a mess, from what I've heard. So highly suggest taking a shuttle. If shuttles are not an option and you decide that you want to drive there and Premier parking is available, I highly suggest that Premier parking too, and then whoever you will be driving with, you guys can split the cost so it's not as expensive. But I just know Premier parking can be a lot more organized and easier to go in and out of at the end of the festival. And then if you are ride sharing, if you are using Lyft or Uber, I suggest downloading both apps and also download an app called Obi, O-B-I. So what Obi does is it compares the rates for Uber and Lyft at that moment where you are seeking to get a ride, and it'll show you which one is cheaper, and you can book your ride straight from the app, so that way you don't have to toggle back and forth between both Uber and Lyft or whatever other ride sharing apps you have. But you must have them both downloaded, so that's why I did mention download Uber and Lyft. Oh, if you are flying into the hotel or the Airbnb, I have heard this tip quite a few times before, and I think it's a great one, and that is getting your groceries or all of these things delivered to your room or to your hotel using Instacart. That way you don't have to worry about, like, you know, getting a ride from your house to the grocery store. So highly suggest getting your stuff delivered to your house or to where you are staying, I mean, if you are flying in. My third tip, I won't say most important because I feel like all these tips are very important, but as soon as the festival dates get announced or get released, I highly suggest booking a hotel, because hotels will only keep on going up, especially once the hotels find out that there's going to be a festival or that they're going to be very busy during that weekend. Their prices just, like, what is that word? Peak up, I think that's the word. So highly suggest booking your hotel as soon as you find out what day the shows will be. I always recommend getting one that has free cancellation. Like 90% of hotels have free cancellation, like until the night or a week before the festival. So if your plans change, you can cancel, you get your money back. And I also really like using hotels.com. I've never had an issue with them. And then with hotels.com, there are a lot of book now, pay later options, so you can reserve your room, reserve your spot, and you don't have to worry about paying anything right now if you don't have the funds. You'll just have to pay when you get there. Like I said, I'm not gonna go over every single item on my list because it's quite long, but I feel like it has basically everything you need so you can have the best experience at where you're staying. There are some things that I do want to highlight. I did include a wagon on there. Collapsible wagons are honestly lifesavers, whether you are camping or staying at a hotel or Airbnb, because they can help you so much carry your stuff to and from your car or where you are coming from. Obviously, I only suggest it if you are driving. If you are flying in, you obviously do not need a wagon. I mean, they do have those carts available, like the bellhopper, the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody ones. They do have those, so sometimes you can use them, but it's always good to have a wagon, honestly, so you don't have to worry about going to put it back in the lobby or grabbing it in the morning when you're all tired and ready to leave. Highly suggest a wagon. And then another thing that I did include there are disco balls. I don't have any on me, or disco lights, I'm sorry. And the disco lights are literally the ones that you just plug in and it just has like colorful lights. I highly suggest taking those to the hotel. Trust me, they just make things so much better, especially when you come back and you're still a little lit and you want to keep stay awake for a little bit longer. Just plug in those lights with the little speaker. Obviously respect your neighbors, respect the hotel's rules. Don't be too loud, but it is okay to play some music with those lights while you and your friends talk about how your night went and everything else. So highly suggest bringing in some disco lights. They're literally less than $20 on Amazon, which I will go ahead and leave a link down below so you guys can take a look and purchase if you'd like. This doesn't apply to every hotel that you will be staying at, but if you are, let's say, going to Ultra, or I don't even know if Ultra still exists, but if you are going to a show like EDC Las Vegas and you are staying on the strip, you do want to make sure you pack some swim attire and some club attire if you will be attending some nightclubs and day clubs. Just remember that Vegas is actually very strict with dress codes, especially for men, like no jerseys, no plain white t-shirts, no baggy shorts. There's like a lot of rules for the EDC Las Vegas, for Las Vegas clubs and pool parties. So I highly suggest looking into those before you do attend, but do plan on taking some pool attire and some club attire. And ladies, I did include a full list of makeup items that you should be packing, because I know just having the word makeup on there, you probably think you packed everything, but I went ahead and listed every kind of makeup item that you could possibly think of on there, so that way you can make sure it's all packed in your bag. It's happened to me a few times where I forget like my beauty blender or my setting spray, and that kind of sucks because those are basically essentials for doing my makeup. So I made sure and went ahead and did that. And then also on the checklist, guys, I did include a little section that says other with some blank lines. So in case there is something that you don't see on the list but you feel like you might need, you can write it down there, so when you are packing up, you're able to cross it off along with everything else. I also did include can opener in case you do take like canned juice, like pineapple juice, but obviously you will not need a can opener if you don't take any cans. A first aid kit, a little sewing kit, you can literally get these at Dollar Tree, something that just has band-aids and alcohol wipes. And then you also want like a mini sewing kit, because you never know, you might have a wardrobe malfunction. You can always sew it up, pin it up. So like I said, you can get those at the dollar store, which is something that I should have mentioned before. Like 90% of these items, guys, you can find at the Dollar Tree. I talk about the Dollar Tree religiously on my channel because that is literally the best place to shop for places like this. And I know a lot of people want to just be greater, better to the environment, but there are just some things that we can't really stop from buying. For example, napkins, paper plates, over styrofoam plates for sure. And then for the plastic cups or the red Solo cups, I do suggest also packing a Sharpie, which I included on the list. That way you can write down your name and you don't have to keep on getting a new cup every time because you lose it amongst your friends' cups too. I did also include a small speaker with the charger that you obviously want to make sure you take the charger too, because if the speaker dies, if you don't have a charger, it kind of sucks that way. So I make sure to include those two. I did also include a shaker. So a shaker is the one that the bartenders use. You don't have to take this, but I like my shots chilled. I'm kind of picky like that. I always make sure to pack my shaker in my bags when I am staying at a hotel. I did also include Febreze, because you want to make sure you keep a Febreze in the restroom. You'll be stuck in one little room with a few people, and obviously the restroom is going to be highly used. You just want to make sure that you keep everything smelling nice and clean as possible. So you do want to, keep a Febreze in there, as well as some hand wash. And honestly, everything else, like I said, will be on the checklist. So make sure to go ahead and check it out, download it, print it, write down any other items that you feel like you might need. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was pretty much it. I'm so happy to help, and I hope I can help at least one person out there. So if I helped you, please let me know. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, Headliners. Have an amazing rest of your day. Please don't drink and drive, and stay safe wherever you go. Bye.